All right, here's like a galactic update to some extent. All right, so I wanted to get some advice from my spirit guides and my spiritual team on kind of like a lot of the energy that I'm picking up and transmuting. And just wanted a grander understanding of like what's playing out right now for us. And so I got Palladian activation energy. And so this is really about like the seven sisters, that big, huge star cluster that is like 100 million years old. It's about like coming together in harmony and peace. It is kind of like attracting all of this beautiful light energy. It's like bringing in harmony and resolution to a lot of the problems that we're experiencing right now. Okay, so you might be picking up on this energy. In addition to that, we're talking about a lot of like things are being uncovered and revealed. I feel like things that were in the shadow are definitely coming to light in like all of the different ways. I feel like there's no holding back. And even to the point where like certain things that were covered up for so long will be revealed, like including even like treasures and history and truth and you name it. There's also been like a lot of initiation energy. So if you feel like you've been going through some trials, it could be just that, like part of like ramping you up for what is next. Okay. Kind of like a training, if you will, an initiation. We also have Shambhala intentions, initiations as well. So yeah, mirroring the initiations there. Retreating and recharging, trusting the process and understanding that like there's a lot going on in the collective as well as for you. So again, like having that patience, that temperance, okay? Understanding that like through this entire process, you are divinely protected by Archangel Michael. This is light worker energy for sure. There's definitely cords being cut so that there could be some strong breakthrough energy. And then we have like the Arcturian light code. So I know that the Schumann's been, showing quite a bit of energy. I'm feeling it. I know many of my colleagues are too. So I feel like there's a lot of energy coming our way, like downloads, evolutionary type downloads. Many of us are recalling our powers, our past lives, our past experiences, our ancestors, like all of that wisdom and knowledge comes with us through our DNA. So many of us are like tapping in using these light codes to that DNA. So a lot of like thinking about the future and what we're here to kind of contribute in this experience. And I feel like there's a lot of divine guidance that's being received through many of these downloads as to how this future thinking is really going to play out. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of guidance happening right now for the collective. I'm also getting like there's a lot of karmic board clearing energy, like you've been hearing me say like karmic debris. So I feel like there's a lot of like energetic clearing happening. Some of you may need to do energy clearing and cleaning and cleansing and all the clean words. Okay, I need you guys to start working harder on cleansing your energetic field, securing your energetic field, and being very aware of what you're allowing in and out. Okay, and also making sure that you are like on board with like doing something different and stepping out of that comfort zone, because like this is about like rewriting your story. There might be some sort of switch up or change that might have happened due to a major cycle closing that maybe is affecting the karmic board. Like you have to go to the karmic board for certain things. And so I feel like karmic, there was there's judgment and justice playing out right now due to energies being held accountable, and the karmic board, like soul contract stuff, repeating a karmic cycle. Like there's a lot of that happening right now, and it's all playing out, and then it'll get sorted out, and then there'll be a new phase. So I feel like right now we're in that kind of in between. Okay, so if that makes any sense to you, let me know. And if we need to cover more about this stuff, I'm sure we do, but we're going to start here. So just know that like you're very connected, or you are connected to someone who's very connected. I feel like this is kind of like, don't like, understanding, yeah, these are some, you know, trying and difficult and challenging and wonderful and amazing times. So it's all kind of a mixed bag, right? And so right now you're kind of like sorting through like, you know, what's in alignment for you, what's not, right? And if there's anything that needs to like dissipate, it will. I feel like it'll kind of like fizzle up and no longer be a thing for you. But again, like you have to set the intention, and you also have to back it up with some steps taken, like some sort of action. I'm also getting like there's someone that you might be connecting with on, you know, energetically. I feel like there's some of you are receiving some information. Maybe your gifts are kind of like expanding, because I feel like this is like an expansion of, you know, what's happening in here. Just a lot of like major connection. It's like a major frequency card for me. So I would say that there's some sort of like potent connection as well. And that was on the bottom of the deck. I feel like you have a very strong connection to this energy potentially, or you're experiencing things as a result of what's going on energetically. Okay. So with that, I thought maybe let's get some specific messages. Okay, so as we share divine guidance with you, please open your mind, your heart to receive this with love. We ask you to stand in faith, trust and knowingness that you are divinely protected and loved, and these messages are for your highest and greatest good. Please use your discernment to know if this tarot and oracle reading is for you, and if you agree and say yes, then you're allowing me in your energy, and thank you. And if this isn't for you, I'll see you next time. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some more additional, like, earthly advice. This is very, like, esoteric, galactic advice. Let's get some experiences a little closer to our dimension here. We have the Hanged Man. So this really talks about, like, enlightened energy, awareness energy. There's some sort of, like, Ace of Cups. So this would be, like, universal love, unconditional love, self-love. This could be someone potentially who there isn't any movement. Like there's a lot of like waiting. It's like sitting back and waiting for divine love, or waiting to be called to bring love to the situation, whatever that is. So bringing love to the situation is like you seeing something from a higher perspective and understanding that like it's all for the sake of love at the end of the day, and that love wins always. So I feel like that's part of like your connection to some of these energies that are galactic, right? Like you understand that there's more, like what you're here to do. Like this is kind of like you're waiting for the next steps, like what to take action on next. Okay. And I feel like you know what you're here to do, which is to spread love. And then we have the Sun at the bottom of the deck. So this is really talking about like beautiful energy, very positive, happy, a lot of clarity, confidence, the divine energy, bright light, bright divine white light. I mean, there's angels. This is an angel deck. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like joy and happiness coming your way, or you're going to be helping people find that again for themselves. Yeah, look, something's kind of like unknown, kind of hidden right now. This might actually be talking about like a hidden admirer of some kind. Oh my goodness. Okay. But it could have many reasons. All right, so we had the Sun card and then the Moon. The Sun and the Moon are opposites. It's also God and Goddess energy. What is all this that's coming flying out? What in the world? Goodness gracious. Do you guys see all this just unfold right here? They're like, here you go. Here's a pile. Let's talk about this. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is someone who speaks their mind, someone who speaks up for themselves and others, someone who, you know, is very forthcoming with their integrity and values and such. The Queen of Swords is a strong communicator in whatever she does. So next we have the Magician. All right, so this is, there's some sort of like weird energy around some of you, even probably me too, but I'm just saying, like, Nine of Wands and Ten of Swords, like someone's not doing well at all that you may have been connected to in the past. Like, this is like victim, Ten of Swords, like this is like no bueno energy right now. Okay, you don't want to be anywhere near that. Okay, nowhere. It's like someone wants to drag their problems into your lap and you're like, fuck that shit. I don't fucking think so. And what I'm getting from this is that, like, your boundaries are so high, like you're untouchable. This is like untouchable energy when it comes to someone trying to come your way. Like, there's no way. All right, so I need you to kind of like trust that you are safe, trust that this is clearing out. I feel like whatever this energy, the Nine of Wands is clarifying like the karmic board clearing. So what I'm getting is like someone is receiving their karma, and it's as a result of things that they took a lot of action to do what they did, and they're being held accountable for it, is what I'm getting. Okay, and you know, the Ten of Swords is like a major ending, so you know, that could be like professionally, or, you know, I don't know. That's not my business necessarily. Okay, so take that how it might resonate. You're also like with the Ace of Swords, understanding like you are protected from like very high energy. I'm also getting like, I feel like this, you're speaking the truth. Like, you're the one that's telling the truth in the situation about like what transpired potentially, or maybe you're being seen now as someone who was not the liar, but the one that was telling the truth the whole time. And maybe they didn't see that at first, but I'm getting like, this is, like recalling your power back, right? And information sharing and thinking about the future, and like, someone might be stuck in the past, right? Reliving from the past instead of, you know, living in the present and in the future. So I don't know, there might be something regarding that. If someone like, maybe this energy does a lot of talking about like, and they haven't really moved on, right? And I feel like there's some sort of moving on energy here. Yeah, I mean, there's some cord cutting, and then, so you have the Magician and we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like with this says divine protection. It also says cord cutting and breakthrough energy. So, I mean, cord cutting from somebody sending you maybe some energy that they shouldn't be. I feel like you're protected from whatever practitioner stuff is being done. And again, like, here's the sword of Archangel Michael, like twice. There's two swords here. All right. Both representing Archangel Michael's sword cutting anything that is sent your way. All right, so this is like double confirmation of protection. All right, so you know, they're also probably, you know, I mean, we've got two swords, right? Like, these are archangel swords, so I feel like there's definitely some accountability that's going to be playing out, I'd say. With the Moon, I have like, yeah, trusting in the process, and, you know, understanding that like you are that light, right? You volunteered to be here to be that light. And yeah, you're going to be surrounded by what you know you're going to be surrounded by. I don't feel like any of this is like a surprise to you. I feel like you know now what you signed up for, and you're fine with it. In fact, you're doing a really good job with it. So, just understand that like there's outside forces coming to kind of like bring balance and harmony to this situation. So I just want you to kind of like continue to have faith, continue to stay positive, continue to know and speak and be your most authentic self, right? Like, knowing that like this is not all for nothing. It's for like, right? It's for this beautiful, beautiful chalice. Okay. Awesome. All right. Is there anything else that they would need to know? Yeah. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. I mean, this is like a destined experience. This is like legacy. This is like cycle breaker energy. It's generational cycle breaker energy. Generational. I feel like you're here to pave the way for future generations by what you're here and what you're here to create. I feel like you agreed to do this. Yeah, you are a star, earth angel. You came down here to do this. This is healer energy. This is like being able to self-heal and then help others, right? I feel like the star often tends to go through a lot, and it's as a result of them understanding the perspective of those that they are going to help. And that is the purpose of the star and experience, the healing journey, is that a lot of times through our own pain and suffering, do we connect with other people? We have compassion for other people and empathy for other people. And oftentimes that's how we bond with one another. And some of us help others help themselves. And through that process, you volunteered to kind of like represent that team, right? With, unconditional love for people, because you have been through a lot of what they have experienced, and so you can help them along the way. So not everything we experience is for nothing, okay? It's usually got a purpose around it. And here she is, the high priestess. Okay, she is, like she came here with a plan, like she understands how everything's created, and she knows how to create. She knows how to plant the seed and nurture it and watch it grow. Okay, the high priestess is very well equipped. I would say that she is often very like exploratory and learning. Yes. Is she a constant student? Yes, but she's also a teacher too. So I feel like you understand that you're here to learn. You're here to share what you've learned and continue the pattern. So I feel like, this is not the first time you've been here. I feel like you understand and have a good grasp, right? Just get a nice solid grasp on that seed of life. So I feel like you are somebody who understands, how important geometry is and how like sacred geometry. You understand how important consciousness is. You're here to work with the divine plan to create prosperity, which is being represented by the pomegranate. And then you understand, like, you see through that veil, like the veil isn't really hiding anything for you. But sometimes with the high priestess, we talk about there being some sort of like hidden secret or unknown secret. But again, like often in most of the cases, like you don't need to know everything. It's okay. Like there's some things you can't even like share with other people based on what what you've experienced. And so I feel like this tends to be like a discretion in this particular reading. I feel like you have had to use a lot of discretion, because you do understand like what's at stake and what you're there to do. And I feel like you've agreed to do this assignment. But you understand it's for the greater good, right? Like you understand like it's all for the greater good. So I feel like this is also letting you know that like it's coming from a pure place, right? The high priestess is the younger version, the virgin version even of the empress. Okay, so it's kind of like this is like the esoteric type energy before it manifests in the physical, right? The physical would be the empress. But anyways, there's all kinds of different stories regarding that, but I digress. But yeah, this is kind of like, pure energy, pure intentions, pure integrity, all that jazz. Okay. Which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. And then I look at the Hierophant. Hi. He's like, that's it. Okay. Pretty cool, man. Yeah, and there she is. My team's so awesome. Thank you, guys. There's the Empress. Like, she's like, hey, here I am in the flesh, mind you. Right? We got both. Okay, we got it covered. All right, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, new beginnings. Creating, like, having this faith, this just trust fall, taking the trust fall and just going for it. This is, like, very much, like, not holding yourself back. Even though, like, yeah, there's little things that hold us back. But this is about, like, when it comes time to make whatever decisions are coming your way, you're equipped, You can trust yourself, and they want you to go for it. All right. Whether that's a new job, a new relationship, a new friendship, like do what you need to do to make sure that the person is, you know, backing up what they're saying, right? Like you can trust. But then again, like don't let like the past, you know, kind of get in your way. Like don't let your pride get in the way, or let someone else's pride get in the way, right? I feel like it's okay to start over. I feel like it's like a do-over. Yeah, look, on their way. Chariot. Yeah, this is like a blessing to kind of like, right? Like the tower's in reverse. So this tells me like this experience for you, this really deep lesson has been overcome, right? I feel like whatever challenges this brought, you learned what you needed to learn, and it's behind you now. And so now you have that fresh start where you are free to go. And blessed. This is like blessed energy. So like, go ahead, do whatever, you know, here's the carte blanche, right? Kind of energy. I feel like this is like you on your calling. This is you moving forward. This is you having that confidence, determination. Now, after what you've experienced, you feel very strong about like, I can trust myself, and I trust my connection with my spirit team too. And now I know that they're always with me no matter where I go, right? I feel like you've established this really strong connection to your higher self. And you're operating from that beautiful union, because that is like when you are able to connect with your higher self in such a way that like you're co-creating with each other and it's clear. It's obviously not perfect. We all have work to do, but it's an amazing union of oneself as well, right? I feel like it does require feminine and masculine energy. So it's even union, you know, within oneself of feminine and masculine energy, like co-creating with one another, based on, you know, divine enlightenment, okay? Divine enlightenment, guidance, connection, right? So this is a beautiful reading, you guys. Let me know if this resonates. I'd like to take the temperature, see how things are going with y'all. Okay, I feel like this is certainly for some of you that I've been picking up on. And then, you know, there's like a lot of karmic stuff going on, and I just look, yeah, I said, oh, there's a lot of karmic stuff going on. I'm not trying to go there. So, you know, if you're looking for that kind of like dirt, then, you know, for your situation or whatever, then book a personal. Because, you know, that's a lot of collective energy to kind of dip into that is very like difficult. Low vibrational can be difficult sometimes. So yeah, I hope that was pretty awesome. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, it's very important to kind of like, we're shown things, right? We experience things, and often it's like a mirror for us to kind of like reflect, like, what about this experience is about me? And am I even aware of it? Like, part of it is just being aware, okay? And awareness, you know, is how we think, right? It's how we create our experiences. So awareness is really important. And so I feel like you're experiencing different levels of things as a way of like mirroring back to you opportunities for some healing or growth. But just know and trust that like you're aligned with your purpose, okay? And yeah, of course you're going to be at crossroads, but I feel like listening to yourself, your guidance, you're using the tools like cards and stuff, or readers that tend to connect with you, however that is for you. Whether it's praying, going to God, like paying attention to the angel numbers and the messages you're receiving, however that is for you, whatever that connection is for you. Just trust that like you're going to be, if you're paying attention and you're doing things from a heart space with good intent, right? And you are not making impulsive decisions, right? Then there's no wrong path, right? It's, you know, as long as we're creating from a place of like unconditional love, right? To the best of our abilities, then, you know, I think the creation point is better than if we're coming from a place of hurt and pain and trauma and not being aware, right? So, you know, this is really talking about like aligning with that purpose and, you know, trying to just be better than we were yesterday. Right? All right, y'all. I hope you have an amazing day. It was always a joy and fun to talk to you guys and see what my team has to say. They always have a lot to say. And I love them. So thank you very much. And I hope I see you guys soon. Take care.